Hunting drones are one of the most feared weapons in Ukraine's war. How do each of these deadly devices work, and how are they changing modern warfare? We reveal a closer look at the Ukrainian battle lines as we screen footage from the war. Behold, Kim Jong-un's fighters are sent on a jog through a snowy no-man's land and fatally absorb Ukrainian ammunition. On the battlefield at Kursk, around 24 soldiers thought to be North Korean fighters huddled together before running towards enemy lines. North Korean forces tried to thwart a Ukrainian advance into the Kursk region by storming a Ukrainian village to stop them. They attempted to encircle the attackers and cut off some of Ukraine's best-equipped brigades. Previous Russian attempts to do the same had failed, with Zelensky claiming that entire battalions of North Korean soldiers and Russian paratroopers had been wiped out. This time, several hundred North Koreans managed to get into the village, and the Leopard Battalion was called in to retake it. They watched the North Korean soldiers through drone cameras, and they drove the retirees into the snow to take cover themselves. Meter by meter, Russian infantry moved under the cover of tanks and cleared the streets. They maneuvered to avoid artillery fire. The footage shows North Koreans blending in with Russian troops in an attempt to conceal their identities. But Ukrainian fighters can tell the difference. But you can bet they are learning. And the longer the war goes on, the more likely they are to innovate. After the Leopards managed to retake the village under a hail of drone, vehicle, and infantry fire, we revealed that, unlike the Russians, the North Koreans refused to be taken alive. They would fight to the death or run and hide in the trees, though they seemed unaware that Ukrainian fighters could easily spot them with drones. This intimate encounter with fighters sent by Kim Jong-un is unprecedented, with previous engagements largely conducted by long-range drones. An initial force of around 12,000 North Korean troops was sent to Russia, as first reported in early November. After a period of training, evidence began to emerge in December that they had begun active combat on the front lines. In the footage we're discussing, you'll see drone footage of Magura's 47th Brigade capturing a large Russian armored convoy attempting to storm Ukrainian positions. The Russians deployed a massive amount of equipment and personnel, starting things off with a first wave of tanks equipped with trawls to clear a path for their advancing troops. They launched their attack in a burst of 6 waves, attempting to break through with tanks, BMPs, armored personnel carriers, and even horse-drawn carts. Yes, you heard that right, horse-drawn carts. It was a chaotic version of a military parade, with about 50 pieces of equipment involved in this chaotic assault. But here's where the magic happens. Magura's 47th Brigade acted like a well-oiled machine, perfectly coordinating their defenses to repel each Russian attack. Take a look. Tanks, BMP-2s, BMDs, armored personnel carriers, carts, and lancets all working in sync. And as you can see, there's far less flash. The Ukrainians, along with their partners, turned the tables, burning tens of millions of dollars worth of Russian equipment. The crews of the external drones and tankers of the 12th Azov Special Forces Brigade of the Ukrainian National Guard held their positions and repelled the Russian troops. The Azov Brigade's press service released a video of the whole action, and trust us, you won't want to miss it. The enemy came with a bunch of armored vehicles, including BMP-2s and MTLBs. But wait, there's more. The vehicles had some rather large white objects strapped to their backs. Probably electronic countermeasures. It looked like they were trying to throw a tech party, but the Azov drones blew it up. As the enemy armored vehicles approached, the brave Ukrainian drone operators swooped in, launching an attack that sent the Russian infantry scrambling for cover. Now, look at this. The Russian infantry, who had just dismounted from their armored vehicles, tried to hide in a nearby building. But guess what? The Azov tankers weren't going to let that happen. They moved their combat vehicles right up to the building and opened fire on the enemy at point-blank range. What a warm welcome. Russian troops seemed unable to take advantage of the opportunities in the Toretsk direction, and the Azov troops did everything in their power to hold the line and destroy as many targets as possible. Stranded Russian troops are in real trouble on the front lines. In this footage from Ukraine's 24th Mechanized Brigade, we see a group of Russian soldiers trying to play hide-and-seek next to their charred armored vehicle. As soon as they see the Ukrainian drone flying overhead, the Russian troops start running in circles, desperately trying to escape their impending doom. But one of them isn't fast enough. With such precision that the enemy is left scrambling, the Ukrainian troops destroy the Russian armored vehicle, leaving the surviving infantry scrambling for cover. They run into nearby abandoned buildings, hoping to escape the drone's relentless pursuit. Some Russian soldiers even try to shoot down the drone, but let's just say their aim is about as good as a blindfolded dart thrower. Meanwhile, Ukrainian drone reconnaissance teams continue to hunt them down, tracking and destroying Russian positions. In this footage, we see a Ukrainian FPV drone go head-to-head with a Russian T-72 tank. And trust us, it's a fight like no other. As the Russian T-72 drives alongside its previously destroyed comrade, the tank is equipped with an anti-drone electronic warfare system, which looks very sophisticated and intimidating. Now let's talk about this electronic warfare system. It has several boxes strapped to the turret, presumably containing some sophisticated anti-drone equipment, all of which are designed to block drone signals from every angle. You'd think this tank was ready to conquer the battlefield. In a surprising plot twist, the Russian electronic warfare system completely failed. The Ukrainian FPV drone swooped down like something straight out of a blockbuster movie, striking the T-72 not once, not twice, but multiple times. And just like that, the mighty tank met its match. What a dramatic turn of events. So, what's the moral of the story? Even the most advanced technology can't always save the day. Ukrainian drones prove that with skill and strategy, they can defeat even the strongest defenses. And there you have it, a thrilling glimpse into modern warfare where drones rule.